This is a permanency review after final order on the Doris child.
Ms. Mcintyre, you're St. Francis Ministries Permanency Specialist.
Yes, sir.
In that capacity, you are familiar with John Doris, the child is subject to this suit.
Yes, sir.
He's 16 years old and currently placed in a group home in Harris County.
That's correct.
Has that placement been meeting all of his needs?
Yes, since he was placed there in March, they've been meeting all his needs and doing a great job with him.
And he'd actually, up until very recently, had been making some progress.
Yes, he was making good progress since placing him in March, and towards the end of school, we started having issues.
And has the current placement recently given you a discharge notice?
Yes, sir, a 14-day.
And have you already begun seeking new placement for this child?
Yes, sir, we started immediately.
Recently, John has, well, during the time of this case, John has had a history of not staying at the placement where he belongs.
That's correct.
And recently, you found him in Missouri.
That's correct. He was incarcerated at the Juvenile Detention Center in Joplin, Missouri. They found him and I went and picked him up at the beginning of March.
And at that time, he had been listed as a runaway for a significant amount of time.
Yes, sir.
And then he kind of got better during the spring after you brought him in from Missouri. He was using the facilities and the freedom that they were giving him at the facility to his benefit.
Yes.
And then recently he has, there were some threats made about killing some of the staff members by John. And that's part of the reason he was discharged.
That's correct.
In addition, there was a social media post where he was actually looking for a firearm.
There were message inquiries that they found on Instagram. That is correct.
Excuse me.
Causes,
sorry to interrupt, but yeah.
Judge.
People have hit me up by firearms, but I said no, I'm good. I kept on saying no, I'm good.
Okay, John.
I have not bought a firearm.
John, this is Judge Graham. You've got a
Hi,
lawyer.
Judge Graham.
You've got a lawyer, and when we're through with this testimony, I'll put you in a room to talk to your lawyer, and then you can testify if you want, but don't interrupt us again. We're in a courtroom, and you'll have your chance to speak. Go ahead, Mr. Albee.
Thank you, Your Honor. So it was taken fairly seriously, the threats that he made.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be difficult to find a placement that will be satisfactory for John's behaviors and what he wants to do.
Yes, that's why we started looking immediately, because we know it's going to be a tough job ahead of us.
And in fact, John's made it clear that even though he's been discharged from this facility, he's not going to accept anything that's of a more restrictive nature.
Yeah, he's made it clear since I've been his worker. He will not go to an RTC. He doesn't feel like he deserves that, and he deserves a lot more freedom. He's even made comments to my current local permanency specialist that sees him in Harris County that he deserves to get more freedoms.
And recently, on one of his forays without supervision, he came back with a tattoo on his forearm?
Yes, it was found on social media, sent to me, and then John sent me a picture of it through text messages last night as well.
In your conversations with John, do you have concerns about the people that he talks with or keeps company with when he goes out on his own?
I've had a lot of concerns with that for as long as I've been his caseworker.
So it would be, you anticipate that it's going to be very difficult to find a less restrictive type environment for John than what he's currently in.
Absolutely. He's currently at a GRO where they include normalcy in their daily schedule. They get to go to the park and play basketball if they want. He gets to go ride horses. He also gets to have a job where he's working all day doing scrap metal. So he's got a lot of luxuries where he's at.
But they've given notice, and you don't anticipate that we'll find anything less restrictive than that.
Oh, absolutely not. This was a gem that we found when we found him on Runaway.
He's also made it clear that he wants to go home to Miss Harvey. In that home, have you talked with Miss Harvey about that?
I have spoke with Miss Harvey and her husband about that. They want to see his behaviors get better. They want to trust when he comes home that he's not going to act out, do threats, or hurt them in the way that he, was rappered initially.
And we don't think that he's at that point at this point in time.
I don't think he's at that point. I think we have our highs and our lows, but I think at times he is working towards that.
So right now, you don't think it would be safe to return him home? It would be safe for Miss Harvey. It would be safe for Miss Harvey's other children. So it's not in John's best interest to be returned home at this time.
Absolutely not, especially since these last threats were given to placement.
So you're asking the court to continue the department as permanent managing conservator, and we continue to look for an appropriate placement for John.
Yes, sir, I am.
Thank you, Ms. McIntyre. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right. Tasha, when's the 14 days up?
The 16th.
Okay. All right. Ms. Mcdaniel, do you have questions?
No, Your Honor, I don't have questions of this witness. I ask that you give us a brief recess and put me in a breakout room with
Sure.
John.
Yeah. I'll let you do that because he obviously wants to testify to something. So, all right, John, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with your lawyer. You may be asked to join that breakout room, or it may just put you in there automatically, and only you and your lawyer will be in it. No, none of us can hear what y'all are talking about. Ms. Crowley, did you have anything further?
No, I had
Okay.
passed, and I think we were asking Ms. McDaniel
Yeah.
if she was going to call witness.
Right. Ms. McDaniel, do you have witnesses?
No, Your Honor, I do not have any witnesses.
Okay, thank you. All right, then. If there's nothing further, then Ms. McDaniel, recommendations?
Your Honor, I would recommend, obviously, he can't continue his current placement based on what happened. I don't think it's in his best interest to be returned home at this point. So if, St. Francis can just work on figuring out what's the best option for him at this point to figure out where he needs to go. I know he's not necessarily wanting to go to something more restrictive. But I think, maybe he would be willing to try and do something like that to make the change in his behaviors to be able to get to return home.
Okay.
And I'm willing to work with them on that, whatever they think is necessary, and work
Sure.
with both of them.
Okay, all right. We may just be limited due to what's happened recently, so it's a shame to hear because from what I've heard from where John was placed, that's a lot more freedom than most of these kiddos have in group homes. So sorry to hear that happened. All right, then I will continue the department as permanent managing conservator.
Judge, do you want to hear from CASA?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I do. Certainly do. Yeah, Ashley?
We didn't have anything additional to add, Your Honor. We're in agreement with Tasha. We know the efforts the department have made, and we're just hopeful they can find something good for him.
Yeah. John, I hope you'll take advantage of it if you're listening to me. Tasha is one of the best we have, so you're not going to get a better worker than her. So you're going to have to help yourself some too. This is a two-way street. So, Tasha, thank you for what you're doing.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
All right, then. I'll set our next hearing for November 5th, but I have a feeling somebody may be asking for an earlier hearing. So I'll get y'all in for a hearing anytime we need to on short notice. So, okay, then, we'll be in recess on this case. I'll be back here very quickly to call a Gray County case. That's an initial permanency hearing on the Wright child. So y'all have a good rest of your week. Tasha, good to see you again.
Good to see you, Your Honor. Hey,
Uh-huh.
Kristen, can you give me a call?
Yes, I can.
All right, thanks.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, we can't get a hold of Mr. Michelson, so we're going to go ahead and go forward. He's not with us, nor is Miss Wright, his client, the mother. This case was set for 11 o'clock. It's 11:07. We'll proceed in their absence, and I'll watch the waiting room.
Miss Tyndall, you're a St. Francis Ministries Permanency Specialist.
Yes, I am.
In that capacity, you are familiar with Zarila Wright,
Yes, I am.
and where is she currently placed?
She is currently placed with her father, Gabriel Slater.
Mr. Slater was adjudicated the father at the last hearing.
Yes,
And how's that placement going?
that placement has been going very well.
Is Mr. Slater making sure that this child is being taken care of and making sure that the child's appointments are being met?
Yes, he is.
Any special issues or special needs that have arisen with the child that we need to make the court aware of today?
No, not today.
Laquita Wright is the child's mother. She was ordered to work services. Has she begun working services?
She started working services and has since stopped.
Are there any services that she has completed at this time?
I believe she completed a psychosocial, and that is the only one.
I'm assuming that psychosocial had recommendations that she complete other services,
Yes, it did.
and she has not completed those services.
She has not.
And recently, has she been changing her residence?
She has quite a bit.
So you can't even say that currently that she has a stable, secure residence for the child.
She does not. No.
Would you agree with me that it would be unsafe to return this child to Ms. Wright?
I would agree with that. Yes.
It'd be contrary to this child's general welfare to do so.
Yes, it would be.
Mr. Slater's doing pretty well with the child. It seems like, but was he also ordered to work services?
He was indeed. He had a couple of services to work.
And has he completed those services?
He is working on his parenting classes ongoing because they are a longer service, and he should be about done with his counseling as of, I think, May.
So we had the child placed in his home. It would be safe to continue the child in that home.
Yes, it would.
We're not asking that the case be dismissed at this time because Mr. Slater is taking advantage of the services we're offering.
Yes, he is.
Are you asking that the court continue the department as temporary managing conservator of this child, continue the placement with Mr. Slater?
Yes, I am.
You believe that's in Zarila's best interest?
Yes, I do.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Albee, did I sign an order adjudicating him? I didn't show it from my notes at the status hearing, but have I signed that order?
Let me check.
believe-
Okay, yeah, Leslie, if you'll just check. If I didn't, then let's go ahead and we'll see when we're through here. All right, Ms. Kincaid, do you have questions?
Just briefly, Your Honor, is the child up to date on medical and dental?
Yes, she is.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
And she's not on any prescription medications at this time?
She is not, no.
Is she needing any kind of ECI or other services?
No, not at this time. She was previously evaluated in her foster home, and they were making like monthly just checkups on her, but it was a phone call. There was no actual services.
Okay, and is she now on target for her growth?
Yes, she is.
Okay,
She just had an appointment yesterday. I did. She was 18 ounces and 25 18 pounds and 25 inches long. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what it was.
thank you. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right. Leslie, have I signed an order? I did.
Yes, we did an agreed order. It was filed March 11th.
Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Slater, I got two things to
Yes, sir.
talk to you about. First of all, do you have any questions for Aaron Tyndall?
No, sir, I did not.
Okay, I need to tell you something. Since I have signed an order that establishes you are the biological father of the child, now you have the right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, you have the right to ask the court consider whether or not you're entitled to a court-appointed attorney at no cost to you. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to ask for a lawyer today?
Yes, sir. I would like to have a court-appointed attorney.
Okay, have you been given the paperwork that you have to fill out so that I can see whether you qualify for an attorney?
Yes, sir. I submitted it.
Okay, who'd you submit it to? I don't ever seem to get these things. I don't know what happened.
I submitted it to I don't know, she sent me a link and I finished it. She sent me a link yesterday and I finished it. And I also had my father take the paperwork up to the courthouse, but somehow it got misplaced.
That doesn't help me. I don't have it.
Oh, okay.
Your father took it to the Gray County Courthouse?
Yes, and I also and then she wasn't able to find it, so I ended up making a new one, and I submitted that today.
To who?
To Aaron Kendall, sir.
Aaron, do you have it?
Your Honor, I had Gabriel submit that or do that online so he could do it on his phone.
Uh-huh.
He has to take that and file it to the courthouse since the first one he said that his dad took to the courthouse was not filed. So we should hopefully have a new one filed. He has the completed form with him now. He just has to take that back up to the courthouse and file it.
Well, apparently the courthouse isn't doing their job if they lost the first one.
Well, and I think there was some confusion on that. His dad had agreed to take it up there, and then he'd had an accident and was in the hospital, and they found it just with some other paperwork at home, from
Good
what
Lord.
I understood. So we will get it filled out and get it to the hospital, or get it not to the hospital, to the courthouse.
Well, I don't really care if it gets to the courthouse, but I want it to get to my office from somebody.
We will make sure it gets there. Like I said, we
Okay.
went ahead and refilled out a whole new one, Your Honor.
Great.
That way I've got it and I can
Okay.
take it up there.
But just let's just get it emailed or someone get it to me somehow.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Slater, are you currently working?
No, I'm not currently working. I'm on disability, and also I do detailing on the side as well. And I just had an interview with this Tech 5, and I'm waiting on a call from them. But I've been trying to find a job and stuff, Your Honor.
Okay, well, if the paperwork you filled out shows that you're not currently employed, and you're telling me that you're not I mean, is your detailing business kind of hit and miss?
I mean, I get quite a bit of clients. I mean, it just depends on the weather, you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
And
All
then
right.
I also get my payment from disability,
Sure.
and they also owe me back pay too as well. So
Okay.
sometimes I get 900, sometimes I get $2,100 a month. It just depends.
Okay, all right. I'll look at it as soon as I get it. I'll look at it. Did you give me a good phone number and an address on that form?
Yes, sir, I did.
Did you have an email address?
Yes, sir. I put the address on there as well.
Okay, then we'll be notifying you pretty quickly. I can tell you from what you're telling me, you'll probably qualify for a court-appointed attorney because we don't consider any disability payments you get. So
Okay.
we'll let you know either by phone or by email who your lawyer is, and we'll give you the contact information for that lawyer. Then
Yes, sir.
it'll be your responsibility to contact the lawyer to set up an appointment, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Righty, okay. All right, Mr. Albee, did you have anything further?
I do not, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Kincaid, any witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Slater, anything else you need to tell me that you haven't told me?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, then I will continue the department as temporary manager conservator, and I'll continue the child's current placement with Mr. Slater. Mr. Alley, the report, both CASA and CPS reports asked me to set a final. Is that what you're wanting me to do?
I was going to request that you go ahead and set the next hearing for a final, Your Honor.
Okay, how far out do you want it? We obviously, we got to do 45 days. Our next scheduled hearing was going to be on October 1st, but we don't have to wait that long.
Judge, if we could do it a month earlier than that, that'd be good.
Okay. I can do it. I mean, I'm just looking at some dates I have. Leslie and Brittany may have other dates. We've got hearings on August 20th, but we could have it even sooner than that if y'all want.
Judge, just for on the safety's sake, let's do that August 20th date. We give Ms. Wright an opportunity to maybe work some services between now and then.
All right. Okay, then I'll set the final for August 20th, 2025. Parties and attorneys can go on the court's online docket a day or two before August 20th to find out exactly what time we'll have that hearing. Mr. Slater, if you qualify for an attorney, you can get with that attorney, and that attorney will tell you when we know what time on August 20th we'll have this final hearing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. That will conclude this hearing. For those of you involved, I'll be back at 11:30 to call a Wheeler County adversary hearing on the Blackburn Grant and Emerson children. So otherwise, we'll stand in recess. Everybody have a good rest of your week.
You too as well.
Uh-huh.
Judge, just briefly,
Yeah.
we have
I'm
an
sorry.
effort-
Let me, I missed CASA again. I'm sorry. I'm used to having hearings Wednesdays, a lot of Randall County hearings, and I never have CASA. So
Sorry, Your Honor. Am I free to?
you're free to go. Sure, you're free to go.
Okay.
CASA
Tasha have-
agrees. CASA agrees with everything. Sorry.
Anything else to add, Mr. Mingus?
No,
Okay, sorry I missed you.
you're good.
It's don't think it's because I don't appreciate you. I love having. I wish I had CASA on every single case. So. All right, thank y'all.
Oh, Judge, I was gonna, we were scheduled for an adversary today at 1:30.
Right.
We signed off on that, and are we still gonna hold that hearing? Because I have a 1 o'clock with Judge Baker, and it's also an adversary, so.
Yeah, no, Brittany told me that we had an agreement, and it's my understanding that there's not going to be a hearing held.
Okay, good. Well, I don't know how I do both you and Judge Baker at the same time, so I'm glad we got that figured out. Thank you, Judge.
I'll tell you what, I would have told you to go to Judge Baker's, not come to me. I don't want to have to hear about it tonight.
No joke, right? Okay, thanks, Judge.
Okay.